Looks like we're about to comment on like a fight. Like, and like
Joe Rogan here.
Yeah, it looks like.
With that guy's got the best fucking job in the world.
It's fucking incredible.
Who has
man.
a better life than Rogan?
Who?
No
one.
one.
He's killing it.
No one.
He gets
up. He's a fucking millionaire from his podcast. He gets UFC fights for free. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. This fool goes and hunts. Bro, like this fool is a fucking man.
DMT.
He's a man. DMT.
Elk meat.
Yeah.
And then interviews whoever he wants.
Yes, and everybody is excited to see him. There's no one that's like, it's Joe Rogan. Everyone's like, oh my God, Joe Rogan.
Fucking Joe Rogan.
It's crazy, yeah, how fucking gigantic he got and how, yeah. I
Being
mean,
the guy from Fear Factor, too. Remember when you used to watch Fear Factor? You're like, fuck, cares about
wasn't
these
even
guys?
something else before that?
He was fucking the
Man
fucking
Show? No.
Man Show.
Yes, the
Was he
one.
a Man Show?
And I remember it was originally Jimmy Kimmel and
Corolla.
and I remember they
Corolla,
swapped
yeah.
it to Joe Rogan, whoever the other guy was, and I
Doug
hated
Stanhope. Yeah, I hated it too.
Oh, I don't
my
remember.
God, it was
fucking
Doug
Stanhope.
fucking
Isn't that
Stanhope.
crazy?
I don't even remember
Oh
that.
my God.
Yeah, looking back at it, I was like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
And it's like
That's
the
funny.
best
Where
comedian
are
of all
my
time.
fucking, where are my dudes?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
What a great show. I dated one of the girls that jumped on the trampolines.
Really?
You know that? Yeah.
Nice.
Very smart. No, I'm just kidding. But, I'm just joking.
I was about to be like, really?
Sweetheart.
Such a weird thing.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Rob Puglisi. This is Rich Roy.
Oh, hi.
Today, we got a special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, Max Kestenbaum. Is that how you say your name?
Yes. That was very good.
Kestenbaum,
That was very
baby.
good. Yeah.
What is that, Russian?
It's German. I mean, chestnut tree.
Chestnut tree.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's a derivative of the German word Kastanienbaum, which means chestnut tree. And then somehow turned into Kestenbaum, which just means that I am Jewish.
Are you Jewish?
Yes.
You're a German Jew?
Yeah, those absolutely exist.
I didn't think so anymore.
We tried.
That's funny.
I thought
We
those
tried.
were. I thought those went by the wayside.
Keep
I
it
mean,
just
you know.
keep this a little closer to your mouth.
Sure.
Yeah,
No.
So
Yeah.
whole family's Jewish. Mom's side's Jewish.
I'm Jewish.
Really?
Jewish.
His name is
Yeah,
Kestenbaum.
I know. I literally they don't come like me. I'm
They
like
don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You look like
I know.
You look like a Israeli Jew.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
funny,
In the
Israelis
military.
think I'm Israeli, and
Yeah.
they start speaking to me Hebrew. I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, what? And I'm,
Yeah. You belong on the front lines.
Yeah. No, I'm the complaining kind.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's Jewish enough. Sure. And you do comedy.
Yeah.
There you go.
If Larry David was a bodybuilder, it's like the opposite.
What's the deal with this waiter? Flips the table. How long you're from here, Max?
I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. Yes.
Shit.
Wow,
That's rare.
rare.
Yeah.
In LA or where?
I'm born and raised in LA. I grew up on the West Side. I'm not one of these people that's like, yeah, I'm from Los Angeles. And it's like, where? Oh, La Cañada. Hey, how about
Yeah.
you suck my dick?
Wow, he's
How
mad
about
about
that?
this.
Okay.
This is one guy in particular that he's furious
Specific
about.
anger about this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real. It's look when you're like from here, it's a real thing. But like I remember when I was in college, there were all these like Mexican like chola girls that I used to hang out with. They were dope as fuck, and
Sure.
they were like, hey, what's up, fool? Like,
Yeah, I love that.
I loved it, man. They were so fun.
You gonna fight me or fuck
Yeah,
me?
exactly.
Or
exactly.
both.
Yeah. And I remember I was when I first became friends with one of them. Her name was Gigi, and I was like, Gigi, where are you from? She's like, oh, she's like, I'm from LA. And I was like, oh, like where in LA are you from? And she was like, oh, Bell. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't from LA. You're from
Bell?
exactly.
I've never even heard
Bell
of that.
Garden?
The city of fucking Bell, fool. What's up,
Bell,
dog?
homie?
Bell, what's up, fool?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That's like over by,
Neither had I.
No one has.
Is that by Whittier?
I'm sure.
It's like over there
somewhere.
somewhere.
It's over there.
Yeah.
LA to me is the Valley,
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood, obviously, West Hollywood, and downtown. That's it. Even the West Side. I don't know about you guys. That's like the beach.
Glendale also.
Yeah, that's the
counts.
whole
Glendale
point of LA.
sucks.
It's the whole fucking point of
There's
LA
the beach.
is the beach.
I know. I just consider
fair.
it the West Side. It's like a different.
That's because it is the
different
West Side.
country.
That's because it is.
It's so far away. The
Yeah,
405.
but so is this. If you're coming here from the fucking West Side, that's
why
I had
no
to
one lives there.
battle
Yeah,
so much.
I would never
traffic
go
to
there.
get
We
here.
appreciate it, good sir.
Oh, did you really?
You could have
Oh.
said another time.
We could have picked a
I didn't
much
know you were
better
coming
time.
from there.
Look,
I feel terrible.
Listen, I'm a man of my word. You were like, you want to do it? I was like, yes. I was like, what time? You're like 6. I was like, I'll fucking be there. You know?
But say no and go, no, that's fucking
We
sucks.
we
traffic.
told you to come
'Cause
at
I'm
the
the kind
worst.
of guy.
You did.
I'm the kind of guy where it's like I feel bad about the traffic thing, but if somebody said to me, like, yeah, it's totally fine. I get it. Fucking traffic
I mean,
sucks.
look, I know, bitch. I'm here. I'll show you know.
And we
How long
appreciate
did
it.
it take?
It took me nearly an hour to get here.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, we gotta make
and
this
then
worth it
Waze
now.
took me
Well,
some
that's
weird route where it was like go around, go around, but also go around.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not worth it. We're gonna disappoint you. I'm just gonna tell you now.
You'll get the bump. You'll get the bump.
You know what gave that away is when you only had pure LaCroix.
I can't afford
Non-flavored
flavor.
LaCroix.
I've seen these 3 times before. This is the 4th time.
It's not bad though.
Usually they use that if
club
you're on
soda isn't
dialysis.
Bad, but
I like.
really?
That's what they put in dialysis machines is pure LaCroix. Bubble you out.
I actually don't mind it. For the longest time, I was like, why would I not get flavor? I'm drinking. I'm like, this ain't bad.
It's because you have to drink.
You know what? Like, I know I just made a noise about this, but it's pretty good.
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
So I'm
It's
sorry.
alarmingly
To
decent.
Anybody, I'm sorry, you guys.
You know what's good
we
is
should
the,
apologize to the LaCroix.
please, to the
people.
LaCroix community.
Yeah.
The Liquid Death sparklings are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. those are
Weird
good.
branding.
I know.
It worked.
Really
though.
weird branding.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
All you
man,
gotta do
big
is
time.
put some cool ass design on a thing and fucking call it a cool
Oh yeah.
name.
Whenever you see a beer that has a cool label, you're like, oh, that must be a good beer.
That's how all
Yeah,
IPAs
yeah.
are successful.
Yeah. So do we just need a better label to seem cool?
Oh, it's all branding, baby.
Fuck, our branding's terrible.
If you go on somebody's comedian website page and it's all like really cool looking videos and they're not funny, you're still like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's so yeah, and you're
It's
like,
so
wow,
secondary.
No wonder why they're touring.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, it's not them.
No.
It's their content.
That's
It's
what it
just,
is.
It's the package that they're delivering.
It's the city we live in, also.
Man, yo, whew, man.
In the operations we do in this city.
It is
It's
wild.
all about who thinks what about home. and
How
whatever.
how do you feel about that? You know, when you see somebody. I mean, look. I can't knock anybody for
Sure you can.
doing their. Okay, all right.
Name names.
Name names.
Name specific names, Max.
Don't get me
No, I'm just
started.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
But I think that's such a wild thing where we exist in a time where you can have a clip, just a clip that can go viral.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you get a bunch of new followers, and somehow you are perceived as a really good comedian.
Yeah.
And then, and then when the rubber meets the road, you're like, what the fuck? Like what?
I know.
I work in TV, and more people are getting hired for like series roles because they have a lot of followers.
TikToks.
Yeah, it's
or they're
wild,
not
man.
even actors. It's
wild.
It's very clear that they're not actors.
I was arguing with somebody about this the other day. It's a catch-22 because it's like obviously that's annoying, right? But what's weird is if they have the potential to be funny, because they were like, well, they didn't pay their dues. It's like, yeah, sure, but really that's an illusion that's not real. There doesn't have to be dues.
I agree.
The thing is, if you get to a point faster where you're headlining, you're going to be better. You're going to get better quicker.
Yes.
If you're in front of crowds all the time
Yes.
doing 40
Yes,
minutes, then
sure.
somebody's like doing it the right way
Yes.
and fucking bombing in open mics.
Yes, and to
But
that
it
point,
sucks.
you are correct. And to that point, a little while back, I was talking. Do you know Jason Collins? By any
Yeah.
chance? So I was talking to him. I was like, "Hey man, like, do you have any advice for me?" And he was like, "This stuck with me." And he was like, "Be careful." He was like, he was like, "You're at a point where like you have to do mics, right? Just that's just where you're at." He was like, "We got to be careful about what audience you are writing for."
Yeah,
yeah.
not
Okay,
writing
because-
for your mics.
Yeah, dude, check this out. So fucking, there was this. I mean, for a little bit, I was getting spots here near the Comedy Store, right?
There you go.
And there was this joke. There was an extraordinarily dark joke that I was doing at Mike's, and it was killing at Mike's, right? To the point where. I mean, I don't know if you've heard this or if you know this, but like, basically there's a rule. The rule is if it gets a light chuckle at an open mic, it's gonna get a big laugh at a normal
Makes
crowd.
sense,
If
yeah.
it gets a big laugh at an open mic, it's going to destroy on a real crowd, right? And this shit was fucking destroying. Okay, and it was a very dark joke. It was a Holocaust joke. Okay, now I'll just leave it at that, just because it was, but it was working well.
sure.
Okay,
Are you
Yeah.
like saying that it happened or something? That's funny
it
to
was
say
just-
that it happened.
all right.
You know?
The joke was, and
He's got an opposite view on the Holocaust, but that's all right.
yeah, all right, that's fine. The joke was it was like I don't know why the Nazis hated Jews. The Nazis were Christian. And without Jews, there'd be no Christianity. We should have gotten 6 million thank yous.
That's pretty
Okay.
good.
Right. It was working very well.
There's
He's very
something
happy
there.
about that, right? But fucking, I did this as my opening joke.
Opening joke.
Opening
That's
joke!
your issue there. You open up with it.
Nah,
Yourself in
I
a
mean,
hole to dig out.
I mean,
That's
Bro.
I've done that before. I've
bro,
done that
the
before.
crowd went like this.
Yeah.
And I've actually never felt this pullback in my life. And then the fucking
Really? You get used to it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and then the booker was there. I just wanted to kill myself.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's the problem I've had where you're doing a joke and it's new and you're like, fuck yeah. And then you open with it and you forget that you're in a room of humans and not
That's
fucking freak open mic
Yeah.
comics who
Yeah.
are like, we're all, because you still have to, even if you're late in the show, you still have to be like, hi, I'm a nice guy. People
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got a little bit, but you get pumped to do the joke and then they're like, no.
Well, especially when like you keep testing the joke and it's working. And
Yeah.
It's working and it's working and it's working. You're like, oh my god, this is.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't do you can't hone your craft in one spot with like the same audience. So you're not getting the diversified like reaction that you need.
That's a very interesting point that you just said, and that's why I bounce around from like like when I'm not booked on shows, I don't just stay at one open mic. I go to different open mics.
Gotta move
Just
it around,
yeah, you have to because you.
But even that's different than being in a show and you don't
Of
know.
course.
And do you still do the joke?
No.
You should.
Ever since then, I was just like, you know what?
I've had that happen, dude, where I do I joke I like and it eats a dick so bad that I'm like, I will never say it again. But then I have done that and then I do it again. I'm like, oh, just one bad show. You know, it might be good. It might be good. You got to give it in front of real people. Give them a couple more chances because it's also like there's so many fucking variables or whatever.
Man.
Who knows?
It was also the earlier show, and the earlier show, at least in my experience, people have a tendency to be way tighter.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas the late show, people are like, yeah, fucking,
Drinking a
whatever
little
the
bit,
fuck,
partying.
yeah.
Yeah. And plus, it's a comedy store, so you don't know it's an LA club.
Yeah.
They can be. The store's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's like doing shows in the belly room, or not the belly room, the lab. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
And it's like
I've never seen a good one.
LA
Neither have I.
socialites who are like cool and aren't there necessarily for comedy.
No.
They're there because they couldn't get to see the stars in the main room.
I don't even think the
And they're
people.
fucking-
I don't even think the people that go to the lab even know why they're there.
No.
That's the thing.
I'm dead serious.
They're like, this must be, we're going to see
They're just-
somebody
they're just like,
famous. or
yeah,
something.
well, this is a room.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
Very weird.
And there's no reason it shouldn't be good, but it's just like a vortex of death.
Have you?
I've seen it and been there, yeah.
It is a soul sucking room.
It's brutal.
Brutal.
I think I've had like 3 good sets ever there, and one of them was literally everyone bombed except I was up later, and the crowd, it was packed. It was like a Thursday night. We were all doing 15 minutes, very funny comedians, and I got up and I was just like, "Fuck you guys," and just went off on the crowd because I was like, "What do you guys do? We're trying. These people are funny. You guys are wrong, and that's the only thing that worked." And it's like, this isn't even comedy at this point. I'm just lecturing.
That's
these idiots.
I've experienced that too, where I think that you're doing your material, it's not working, it's not working, and then like you have that moment where you go off your material, whether it's you go on a rant about something or you start berating the crowd,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden, once you're in that zone, now you're like,
Now it's working. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the worst is when it's the material's not working, and for whatever reason you don't do that, and you just like stay in it and continue to bomb down
you're
the
like,
hole.
oh, Karen, well,
Fuck this.
We're trudging through
Yeah.
this today
Rob knows that
together.
vibe.
Oh God, do I? I've done that so many times. It's hard. Sometimes for me, if I'm doing a show and like I have jokes that I know work and they aren't working, I get mad and I'm like, all right, fuck you guys.
Well, there's something to like believing in it.
Yeah, but it's like, fuck this. I don't want to even be here anymore. Neither do you.
Or that.
Yeah. Why do we do this, huh?
I don't know.
It's fucking what?
Yeah, I think massive self-esteem issues would be my guess.
Yeah,
Some
I
type
mean,
of
we
detrimental.
apparently we like pain.
It's it's brutal.
No other life skills and laziness probably play into
Big
it.
part of it. Also. Sure. How long you been doing it? Was it 5 years, 6 years?
I've been back in it for 5 years, and then prior to that, I was doing it for 2 in New York, and I had a 7-year break.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
That's a long break.
I just stopped because when I moved back to LA, so I was doing a ton of comedy in New York.
Sure.
And also I was young, and I didn't even really understand like how good I was getting, how fast I was getting good, and all the spots I was getting. I'd like people just call me like, "Hey, you want to do my show?" I'd be like, "Sure." I literally didn't understand what was happening. I was young and dumb, and I had no context or anything. Like I was at the Gotham Comedy Club all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah, like it was awesome. So then I moved back here, and it got kind of hard because
Yeah.
I didn't even call anybody from New York to be like, "Hey, do you even know anybody here?" Because I was an idiot, and I whatever. And I remember I was booked on a show that I just didn't show up to. And then I just stopped, and then I got really deep into like bartending, and then I wanted to like open up my own restaurant.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that for a while, and I almost did it twice, and then
I could see that.
And then I had an ex-girlfriend who was getting back into comedy, and I remember like at the time I was watching her, and I remember like looking at her, and I was like, man, I used to be so fucking good at this.
Yeah.
Like I used to be so good at this. I was like, I should like go to an open mic and like like show these motherfuckers what's up, right? And I went to an open mic and I did like material that I used to do when I was 22, and it bombed.
Nice.
Yeah, it just bombed. And I remember I got off the stage. I was like, "Fuck this, fucking motherfuckers! This is not how this goes." And then started going to open mics, re-getting my footing. And then I remember I would walk around and I would ask people to get put on their shows, and nobody knew me at all, right? And like I just, you're doing what every new comic, because I absolutely was a new comic at that time.
Yeah,
There's no question.
yeah.
Like
Sure.
I was starting from
7-year break. Definitely.
Yeah, man. It was essentially starting again from scratch.
Yeah.
Not essentially. That's what it was.
Right.
And I would walk up to people, hey man, can I be on your show? Hey man, can I be on your show? And they'd be like, no. Right? And then finally, I don't remember who it was. They said no to me, and I flipped out again. I was like, fuck this! I'm never gonna ask another person to fucking be on a show again. I'm never on a fucking show. So I fucking did, and that's how I started the Super Dope Show.
There you go. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long ago? You've been doing that for a while? How long?
5 years.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So it was like right when you started again, you're like, I'll do my own thing.
Yeah, I got very angry, and I hated the aspect of having to be like, hey.
Oh, it's the worst.
So can I like
It's the worst.
get a spot on your show?
I know.
Yeah.
Even like buddies, I don't want to do it. I hate it. I just feel like you got to do it, but I hate it every time. And it's usually only people that I know, like, all right, you've seen me a couple times. I'm not going to ruin your show.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have a good set. Like,
Exactly.
If you got a spot, I know there's a lot of comics. Can I help out? Like, that's how I do it, because I don't know. There are people who are cool, just like, hey, can I do it? Can I do it? And that's what you should do. Like, it's a fucking marketing thing. It's a sales job in a lot of ways. But
100%.
You're your own business.
yeah, I have a hard time with that. I have a hard time with it because I know what bothers me more than anything is when it's a comic who fucking sucks, but they run a show and I message them and it just says red and then they don't respond. Now I got a resentment that I got to live with.
Yeah.
Now I got anger inside me that I got to deal with.
I-
Instead, I just
It's
ignore
hard, man.
that.
You and I can
do
go
it.
kill all these people together.
I'm down.
Yeah, we can.
That'd be funny. Remember, did
That's
you
an
ever see
action
Jay
movie.
and Silent Bob Strike Back?
What?
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I've never seen a movie.
So funny.
You've never seen a movie?
No.
I've never seen any
I
movie.
mean, I've heard of it.
I thought you said a movie, and I was like,
No.
that's something we should dive
I've
into.
never seen a movie.
At the end, they find everybody that made fun of them on the internet and beat them up. It's like hilarious. They like every comment that was happening, they just find them in real life and beat them up. It's
incredible.
So fun to do. Me and fucking a couple of dudes were like, we got to bring bullying back. There's not enough bullying in comedy.
No.
Start bullying.
Just take
people.
over
Yeah,
by
dude.
force.
Just start pushing people out of the way on
It'd
their
be
own shows.
easy.
I know, right?
There's also like the aspect of like some people are so bad on stage that it should be normal to be get the read a fucking phone book, asshole.
Dude, it's where I started. It was this shitty. Well, it wasn't a shitty. It was a good open mic. But if you were doing badly, you got an early light. Like,
See,
you got 5 minutes. If you were bombing, they were like, get the fuck off. You're ruining the
that's
show.
what it should be.
I know.
It's not even that hard. Just hey, look, listen. You just,
Especially at a mic. Although it's hard. I
Yeah.
guess you pay for your 5 minutes, but whatever.
Yeah.
It should be like if you're bombing, if you're on someone's show and you're bombing, like you get an early light and you get the fuck off. And then, but nobody wants to be mean to everybody because it's all network fucking, because that person works the show
Yeah.
or whatever.
fucking.
Everyone's very careful and sensitive now. It's actually another form of bullying, really.
Yeah, it's
Progressive.
passive-aggressive bullying.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're bullied into submission.
Well, it's like bullying by omission. Like you're
Yeah.
still being a bully by not being honest.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
person keeps doing the thing that's fucking not good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we got to bring back hitting women, but that's just me.
That's odd that came
Huh?
up.
What? I thought that's what we were all agreeing on.
Is that what we were?
Isn't that what we were riffing on?
I don't remember
I
a
thought I
single
was just
aspect.
saying
second
what was
that,
said.
Rob. I
Thank
second
you,
that.
buddy.
Yeah.
That's weird that
second
you
that.
guys heard that in that whole conversation.
Well, you're a Holocaust denier. You wouldn't know about it.
Well, I mean, I don't know about denier. It's just a truth speaker.
Okay.
Everything is nothing.
I like
So
that.
what's even happening right now?
I wish I was a
Here
conspiracy.
right now, man.
I kind of wish I was a conspiracy guy like that, just because like they actually have some like pride in their beliefs. They're like so strongly for those
A reason
conspiracies.
to get out of bed.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm like, that's stupid.
Depression is what I think you have.
Oh, okay.
No, I get that. Guys who are like, yeah, it's us versus them. It's like, no, it's not.
No, flat Earth. It's flat. Damn it.
It's like, dude, no, you just got to get up and go to your job. It sucks.
Have you guys heard about the Hollow Earth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where the reptiles live? Is that the
Yeah,
one where the
lizard
reptiles
men,
live?
yeah.
The dinosaurs and the Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dinosaurs and Nazis?
It's called the Savage Land in
Yeah,
X-Men.
dude. Could you imagine?
Isn't
You're
it?
fucking, yo. There's you like it's not real. You dig in and there's a fucking Nazi on a pterodactyl like 9.
It's Hitler riding a Godzilla.
Yeah, supposedly you could like get to it through Antarctica and like
Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
they ran to. Yeah.
Oh man.
It'd be better if life had any of that, but there's no mystery. It's all shit.
No, it's nothing.
It's just boring and terrible. Although the ocean is basically another planet. Like, everybody
very
wants fancy,
good
but
point.
the ocean's crazy, man.
There's a lot of it
Ocean's wild.
unexplored. A lot of it.
Sure. All right, well,
Cool.
moving on. We all got hyped on that immediately. As I was saying, I was like, I'm bored by this.
We all kind of like powered down at the same
Yeah, I
moment
know.
too. It was like,
What's one conspiracy where you're like, maybe? Do you have one that you've heard and you're like, okay, well, maybe if I like really researched it,
if I researched it,
or like or
Something where you're like, that could be plausible.
plausible, yeah.
plausible. Okay.
there anything?
9/11 was an inside job.
Honestly, I'm there too with that
Yeah,
one.
I think COVID was a fucking fake thing as well. Yeah, very much so. Fuck
right.
everybody. And,
What do you mean by fake thing?
It didn't happen.
well, it's not that it didn't happen. It's just that it's literally was not as bad as that they ever claimed to be.
Oh,
and that
okay.
the past 3 years was a giant shutdown, literally specifically engineered to transfer wealth, which is exactly what happened.
There you go. That's a hot take. I've heard that.
It's not even that hot of a take
And
anymore.
I know, but what, the narrative is in my favor now, because now everyone's like, well, I guess we shouldn't have shut everything down. We don't got to talk about this because it's a sensitive
I don't give
topic.
a shit.
But also, we could dive right in. What's cracking, dog?
I don't
Do
give
it.
a fuck.
I was like, when it first happened, I was like so for
Playing
everything
by the rules,
government
Rich, is
said.
what they
yeah,
call
I
it.
really
Really?
was.
Old
Yeah,
play
yeah.
by the
You gotta
rules,
get the
Rich.
vaccine. You gotta wear the mask.
Somebody told me what to do. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I
did
would
too.
have
This guy is.
fucking.
I did for a long
I
time.
hated
That's-
all of it from day one.
I literally woke up on day one. I went outside. There were not dead bodies on the floor, and I was like, "Fuck this! Something is wrong." And
It's the only way Max believes anything. No dead bodies on the streets.
I started.
Let us door.
I
We're
started.
good.
I started throwing illegal underground comedy shows the entire time.
Nice.
The entire fucking time, indoor, outdoor. Then when people were too scared to be here in LA, I called every single fucking bar, restaurant, and hotel in Austin. I started taking it to Austin.
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
Yeah,
Austin
like
thing.
but like
People literally moved there.
yeah, but
because of
like
it.
but like honestly, like have you guys been to Austin?
No.
Once or twice, yeah.
Hell, fuck Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard good and bad.
I've gotten wasted on 6th Street. It's about my experience there.
It's you can do it all in one day, and then you're like, this is it.
It's tiny, right?
It's this tiny little thing, and it's like it's all very everything is extremely new. And there's like one kind of person there. They're like the super woke
Hipsters. Not even?
They're like expat hipsters that were like hipsters here and then moved there. They're like, I don't know, they're like old hipsters or something.
I mean, everybody there is look. They're all young. They're all hot, and they all really want to have sex, which is great.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Which,
Keep talking.
Right. I mean, look. You could definitely go there for a weekend and be like, this is a dope fucking weekend. Like, don't even get it twisted. However, like living there, not for me.
Yeah, it's tiny.
I just went because it's fucking hot as fuck in the summer.
There's also
dude.
that, too.
Jesus.
It's hot here.
That
Texas
Texas
in the
heat.
summer, dude.
Yeah.
It's hot here.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
You got to redo it? Redo
Yeah.
it real quick.
This is a good
Give me
time.
a second. You good?
Yeah.
All right. What were you talking about? JFK is not real?
See, that one, yeah, there's definitely like plausibility to that too. That it was like an inside job killing JFK.
I mean, 100%. It's just they want to change the tax code or whatever. Actually, you know what? It was an inside job. Do I have all my facts straight? No.
I have no facts.
All right. Do I believe it? 100%.
Yeah, same.
That's how conspiracies work, I
I
think.
refuse to research
That
things.
is so
That's how conspiracy theories are
Yeah.
founded.
Yeah.
Wasn't it something to do with the mafia? There was like some ties to the mafia.
Let's figure it
Cuba
out
or
together.
something?
That's one of them.
Let's figure it out together.
I saw that Scorsese
Yeah.
movie.
It's one of them, I think.
Casino.
Casino. Is that what it's about? No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm thinking, because you got to start making money at this comedy thing sooner or later, right? Guys,
Okay.
Is that the idea eventually?
Go on.
Right? I say instead we join a mob. We start a mob, crime. We get into crime, heavy into crime. Nothing violent, nothing weird.
Can we do violent and weird?
We'll get there. But I think, wouldn't it be cool if we started, instead of an open mic, like a group of guys who were just like expert art thieves?
That would be cool.
Like 3 comics who rob the MoMA.
I would love to say I'm
Quick,
in on
make
a
'em laugh!
Lucky.
Yeah. Do bits the whole time.
I'd love to have a Bluetooth and go, I'm in
There you go.
once in life.
I mean, it'd be lucrative.
Dude. Yeah. Make some fucking money.
Yeah.
All you
Yeah.
need to do is steal one art thing, and you're set forever. One. Plan it out. We'll plan it out for a couple days.
It'd be like
challenge
Ocean's
is
11,
selling
but it'd just be Ocean's retarded.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd obviously be the charismatic guy that talks everyone.
Yeah,
Totally.
I don't think that would be the case.
So
Do you know the Holocaust
I'd be the
isn't
face.
real?
I'd be the face of it.
You'd be like, did you know that the Holocaust isn't real?
Distract the guard with Holocaust theories.
It would distract him,
Oh, man.
depending.
Sir, why are you... This is... Oh, no.
Boys, I got him. Go.
He's in the rabbit hole.
The Museum of Tolerance. What do you even expect to get at?
I mean, let's just look at the population of the Earth at the time.
I'm in.
I think we could do it.
That's a classy. That still happens, I think. Actually, like people actually are art thieves.
Yeah.
You always think. I think of that as just like a fake movie bullshit.
No.
But
There's
people
some dudes-
actually do. That.
I forgot where it was. It was Britain or something. And they, blah, 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 broke in and stole like $500 million worth of shit. And none
How?
of it was ever recovered.
How do you do that? They
know.
got security.
They figured it out. It was
Oh,
after
yeah,
night
put
or
that down.
something. Aye, governor. Please put it down.
All right, bruv.
They're just too polite,
Does
the
that belong
security
to you?
guards. That's the problem. Yeah. I don't think that's yours, is it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you just ignore them and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have
No,
guns.
bruv, I think it is. All right, carry on.
All right, sorry about that. Cheers to you, Mom. Yeah, dude, one time. Still one painting.
How do you flip it though? How are you selling this?
You hang
painting
on to it. Here's the thing. You got to be patient. You hang on to it for 10 years. 10 years. You
God.
can't
That
do
means you
anything
don't have that money for
with it. You
10
don't have the
years.
money for 10 years. You
You
got
got
to
a
be
nice
patient.
piece of art to look at.
No,
Hang on to it, and then you find a guy eventually. You sell it for like a quarter of the cost, and you're still.
But then you just what? That's not good business at all.
how
You
you
just-
do it,
Investing
Max.
in the stock market
Listen,
you're talking about here.
that you assumed all the risk of getting caught, fined, thrown in jail. Then you want to wait a long time for the asset to appreciate, and then you want to sell it at a lower price.
Here's the thing.
Dude, what the fuck? You need to hang out with some Jews.
Trust
okay?
me. Well, that's why you're in the group.
We're selling
Yes,
this right
That's
away.
why you're in the group.
Yes.
But you can't sell it right away. That's how you get caught.
What do you mean?
You get
just-
greedy.
You sell it
You
for
gotta
cash?
wait until all the heat's died down.
Oh, okay, that's-
Have you ever seen the movie?
That's fine.
Face Off.
That's fine. That's fine. But 10 years, maybe like 10 days.
10
Dude,
days.
I'm
Like a
stealing
month,
it.
2
You gotta
months,
wait.
you know,
You gotta
like-
6 months minimum until it's not a news story. You gotta wait till it's not a news story.
Also, how big of art? How big of an art? How
like
big
a
of art pieces?
sculpture of David, something easy.
Isn't that fucking huge?
Yeah.
I'm stealing it, and I'm making a Craigslist ad the next morning.
Morning. You put your address. Must
Authentic
pick
Mona
up
Lisa.
100 million or best offer.
Yeah, or best offer.
Some guy comes with an old.
He tries to
VCR.
lowball me immediately.
I'll
Real,
give you a
for real.
That's funny. That's funny.
I think making money in comedy, I think that comes from, or at least right now, you need to make your own merch, and then you need to record every single one of your sets so that you can make a clip and put it on Facebook and start getting paid from like the Facebook.
Does Facebook pay you?
Yeah.
Oh, for real.
Like,
But then don't they technically own it? Isn't that something on Facebook? Or did I make
Yeah,
that
but
up?
you're getting money off it.
I have no idea. Do they technically own it? That's a great question.
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
answer is probably yes at that point. But also, what do you?
What are you
if
doing
do
with
the
it otherwise?
material eventually on a special, like, can you not?
Oh,
You know
probably
what I
not.
mean? But I don't know if that's how it works. I'm not sure. That was just. I remember hearing something about Facebook owning your shit if you upload it.
I mean, look.
That could
There's.
just be
I mean.
not
I mean,
true.
it's. Who knows? I do know that there are some ways, and I think that the currency, unfortunately, not unfortunately. Well, it's catch-22, right? Is are you funny or are you not? The thing about comedy is stand-up comedy just takes fucking time and it takes commitment, and you can't. What is it? Like you fucking you develop at the rate that you develop, and everybody has a different fucking.
But then here's the thing: by the time you get funny, you're too jaded and burnt out.
That is, yeah.
I know how to do this now.
It's
and
tough.
I hate
You have
it.
to maintain that like spark throughout it. Yeah.
You know what, dude? I was having such a bad week 2 weeks ago. I can't even describe to you. Like I was having
Comedy related
man.
or just life?
Every,
All of it.
I know.
Sure.
Have you had one of those weeks, days, or months?
Months. Yeah,
Months.
sure,
Yeah. Where
sure.
it is just everything is coming at you all at once. You feel way, way, way hopeless.
Yeah.
Right. You're just like, dude, what? Like, how the fuck do I even get out of wherever the fuck I'm at? Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And I was driving in my car, just on the verge of tears over multiple fucking things, right? And I got this fucking. When I was living in New York, I tried acting for a bit, and I used to be on casting access. Actors Access or casting casting network, and to this day I still get their emails, right? And my phone, and it was a casting network email, and I was like, why the fuck do I have unsubscribed to a stupid fucking email thing, right? So I open it up, I'm about to unsubscribe, and the first picture I see is a picture of Bill Burr, okay? And it was like people who made it and who wasn't always so great for or whatever, right? And I was like, I was in the car, and I pulled over, and I was like, I'm gonna click this fucking link. And if there is not something about Bill Burr, I'm going to throw my fucking phone out the window, and then I'm going to fucking throw myself out the window.
That'll show him.
Yeah. Fuck you, casting network, you fucking cocksucker motherfucker. That was my mindset, right? And it was just this little brief article that just said, Bill Burr is selling out tours, all these arenas, this, that, TV show, blah, blah, but it wasn't always that way. And it had a quote from him. He was like, I even screenshot it. It was like, I was 10 years in, I was middling at... like some comedy
Funny
club
Bone or something.
Some
nowhere.
Yeah, some in the middle of nowhere club. He was like, it was the same waitresses, same crowd.
I've heard that. It's a good one.
Everybody was getting older. I was getting older, and something just told me to. I was like, what's the point of this? I have nothing to show for it. And I was like, but just keep pushing.
Yeah.
And that, like, in that moment 2 weeks ago, that like saved the day for me. I was like, all right, cool. I'll just get
There's a couple of those Bill Burr ones that he talks about because he was like 40 by the time like anything had any heat on him whatsoever. There's another one where he was like, you could be 36 and sleeping on a cot and like think you're miserable because you took a chance. What's worse is if you're 36 married to someone you don't love, comfortable, and you want to kill yourself
because you never tried.
Yeah, there's no risk in taking a risk. There's massive risk in not taking one. But as the years go on,
it takes a lot of spirit.
It takes a lot of spirit, and it just takes you need those moments every now and then where you get the I'm doing the right thing, and sometimes those don't happen. Sometimes there's a long period in between. Like sometimes it's as simple as a comic you respect coming up to you after and being like, keep going, you're great. And dude, that'll keep you going for a year.
Dude, it's so true.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you have like a
suicide plan? I do.
How would you do it?
What were you going to say?
How would you do it? How'd you do it?
I would, how would I actually do it? Probably some pussy shit, suicide by cop, I think would be pretty cool.
That's not pussy.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you have to like do
would,
something to get there to come to. You have to.
I would do it in Britain where they don't have guns either. So
also they have to just beat you
me to death.
Oh wow, you really hate yourself.
It would take hours. I'm gonna Rodney King myself.
That's fucking. What I would do is, me personally, if I was gonna kill myself, I would find a girl with an extraordinarily big booty, and I just be like, sit on my face until I choke and die.
Don't let me up.
Yeah, like just right, just don't.
There you go.
Don't. I'm gonna die. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die with some pussy in my in my face, okay, and a little butthole right there, just so I can switch in between as the air bubbles are leaving my body, right? And then what I'd wear like a nice jacket, right? Just cause I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna wear a fucking
tuxedo.
I'm gonna wear a tuxedo. Yeah,
tuxedo.
right.
Okay.
And then in my coat pocket there would be my suicide note, and it would just read, "It was lit."
You thought about this way too
Shit
much.
was lit, dude.
Can I just point out?
It was lit.
Can I just point out that you guys went from talking about how hard it is to make it a comedy and that you got to keep up your spirit and work through it to how you would kill yourselves?
Well, every comedian
trajectory wise.
I mean, yeah.
It was instant.
Seems pretty normal to me.
Yeah, that tracks perfectly.
No. I was really inspired. I heard this quote, and it's like I got to push myself. Also, here's how I would kill myself.
That's so funny. Yeah,
it's just black and white.
You know what I would do? I would jump off the Comedy Store roof, not the hotel next to it, but the Comedy Store. It's
hurt your leg.
You want to make a statement?
I'd sprain my ankle, and then they'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here." Joe Maurice would be like, "Rob, you can't do that."
You could sue him for it.
Yeah, and then become a millionaire. What do you want in the lawsuit? Just my name on the wall. I don't have to perform there.
It's a photo of you.
Okay.
I mean. Shit. That is interesting. I mean, to me, the name on the wall thing, like, I'm sure, same. It signifies that, like, you did it.
Something, yeah. It's such a weird. This whole fucking business is such a weird high school superlative. Like, it's so strange. It's so like childish.
Honestly, everything is. All communities are like that. I realize that whenever you hear someone talking about their workplace or something, it's like high school in there. It's like that everywhere. It's just how communities like get divvied up.
Sure,
like, people just like it's always.
But
like
this
that.
one, the currency is literally your popularity. Where if you're if you're like a UPS driver, you still have a job.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I yes and no. I do firmly believe that when you are consistently funny and like you will get booked, right? The popularity, the social aspect, that's a different aspect, right? Because there is a game involved in that, right? Like you were kind of touching on it earlier, where it's like, you know, like you can't yell at people who are doing poorly on stage because you know next thing you know they could be a booker or whatever. So there's this weird like tread lightly thing happening because it is true. You never know who's gonna be where, right? And it's some weird some psychotic game that we play, which is one of the reasons why I started running my own show because dude, it just even if you have a little bit of that power back,
you step outside of the matrix.
Yeah, it's literally what it is. You are no longer beholden to the rules. Like, I make the rules.
I'll get that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Do you? Sorry, go for it.
How'd you go about starting your show? Like, where do you have it and things like that? Like,
so I started. Well, I started it. Well, I don't know. I'm having so trouble speaking. I used to run it at the Standard Hotel in Hollywood. And the reason that I was able to run it there is because when I worked in New York, I worked at a place called the Boom Boom Room. And across the hallway from the Boom Boom Room was another venue called Le Ban. It was at the Standard Hotel in New York City. And my friend, who was the GM of Le Ban, became the GM of the Standard Hollywood.
Oh, that's dope.
So when I was running around looking for spaces, I was like, hey, you know, Dom, can I run the show here? He was like, whatever you want. And I was like, really? He was like, absolutely. And then when I'm not doing comedy, I work in liquor, right? So I knew, like, okay, cool. I'm a brand ambassador for this one for Bacardi, specifically like this one brand with Bacardi. But I was like, all right, cool. I can get the Standard Hotel carries all these brands that are through Bacardi. I can get Bacardi to come sponsor this event by covering the cost of DJ, by covering the cost of photographer. So
nice.
Right,
really
so
nice.
yeah, so it allowed me to like generate a little bit more revenue than and then I could set it up in a way that was good for Bacardi to make it, I basically threw a Bacardi event. So it was win-win for everybody. Then during the pandemic, I was running it all over the place. I had ran shows at Employees Only. They got shut down twice by the city. We tried a protest show. That was fucking fun to do.
That is fun.
Yeah, we did.
revolution.
Yeah. And then I was running it in Austin, and then I was running it in the townhouse in Venice Beach for about a year, and then I stopped running it there just because they started having more than one comedy show there. So that's totally fine. It's just I just noticed like there was like a dilution in the audience, right? Yeah, and at the end of the day, like you need an audience for a show, right? Like like the last show I did, there were 6 people that showed up, and I was like,
that hurts.
That hurt me because I like for a very long time, I was at least 30 to 40 people a show, at least, right? So that one I was like, fuck. So then right now I'm running it at the next one is at the Shore Bar in Santa Monica, and then I also run that in the Sotro's comedy show.
Sotro's one is great.
Yeah,
super fun. Where's the Shore Bar?
Shore Bar is on PCH and Channel Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, like how that came together, because it's like you don't realize in this industry or any industry out here, like how many connections and tools you already have.
Correct.
As you just go through life.
Correct.
That you could one day just pull up and pull together.
Correct.
It's a good thing to remember.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I don't have that, but
you do.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
Believe
saying
me.
you do. You just gotta look back.
The opportunity just hasn't presented itself for you to be like, oh, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
No, I'm just joking. But I never.
that's
The
true.
show thing is like a lot that I just
Yeah. I mean,
should do, but it seems like a lot.
No,
The
I
problem
mean,
is I struggle with production of any sort. I fucking I hate it. I used to run a show back home, and it was like fun and easy. But I feel like out here, it's like, it would be a whole to do, which is fine, and I should probably put some effort into it. But like when it comes to like assembling things and stuff like that, like even for the show we do, where it's like we got to get this together, and it's just like I get fucking depressed.
Yeah, you shut down.
Yeah, I hate it, dude. I hate it, like that side of it. But it's such a big side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The business part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Producing it.
Yeah, I mean, that never becomes fun. It just becomes.
I think it can though, like because there was moments that part's not fun, but what's fun is like when it's over and you're like, look at that fucking cool thing I just
Yeah,
did.
Yes.
100%.
That was me
the
that put
result.
that together.
100%.
I did one show back home and I like had a fucking sick lineup and I like arranged it. So I was like, all right, these guys go in this order and then we're gonna end with this guy, and it like the show like just the way it went was great, and I was like, oh, that feels good. It's like it feels good to do good on the show, but then there was like this bigger part of it was like it feels cool to have made a thing.
And also like you you made the thing, and then the comedians had a good time, and
Right.
the audience had a good
Yeah.
time. You're like, oh shit,
That's fun.
I
When's
did
your
that shit.
next one? Soon, isn't it?
It's next Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been to that one. I'm gonna come check it out.
It's gonna be the first one there. So
Oh, it is?
yeah.
You were at the townhouse before? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, the Nosotros one is dope. That's at that tequila place. That was packed. There was
Yeah.
like 80, 100 people there.
That one's cool. So when
fun.
when they
and they hooked it up too. Sorry to interrupt you, but they were great.
I love those guys.
Yeah.
When I got connected with them, they were like, we want to run a show here. I was like, cool. I was like, I need you guys to know that like I can't draw from my audience to bring them here because it would dilute from my primary show. So
Right.
I was like, if we agree to do this, like I have access to pretty much everybody, right? I can book the strongest lineups in LA. I really, really, really can. I just can't promote it.
Yeah,
and like
so you
pack it
guys
out.
gotta
So
do
you
that
guys
part.
have to do it. They're like cool. no
They were
problem.
great.
So that's why with that show in particular, like I'm extremely, extremely, extremely selective with who I book, just because it needs to be, they're literally providing so much fucking value that like the level of comedy that I need to provide back needs to be literally equal to whatever they're doing.
That was fun, man. Everybody did well the night I was there. Everybody killed.
Yeah.
So the next one's next Wednesday. We're gonna have this out before then, right?
Yeah, I'll have it up by the end of the week.
All right. I think we're up on time anyway. But next, what's it called? Shore Bar? Super dope
the
show.
Super Dope Show at the Shore Bar in Santa Monica.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram, Max?
At Mr. Kestenbaum. MR, K as in kite, E as in Edward, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, N as in Nancy, B as in boat, A as in autumn, U as in umbrella, M as in Mary.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Is that always how you do it?
I just, no,
It's smart to do because
it's
otherwise.
just, because people, it's,
Or you can go to this. Is it the other one, the Super Dope Show? I'm sure you're linked there.
oh yeah,
Easier.
follow that one too. I forgot about that.
Help you out. You can get to there from
the
there.
Super Dope Show, follow that one.
And that is
That's great.
S as in super, U as in. Mine's at Rob Pug Comic. I got shown the 19th. I think is the next one I got right now. So really fucking cooking. We're working on the couple more episodes of our show, the Red Rob Roy Show on Amazon.
It's almost done.
Yeah, we got a couple more
done.
scenes to shoot, and then probably 8 months of editing. But it'll be out next year.
Yeah, sometime
What
in
about you,
23.
Richie Roy?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's about it for the shows. Finishing our thing, but at Rich Roy Comedy.
There we go. Thanks for coming
And,
out.
yeah.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Long time coming. Thank you for making
man.
the trip.
My
Yeah.
pleasure.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.